Most of you think that I only enjoy expensive niche fragrances, but guess what? When I find a really great budget, cheap, and expensive fragrance, I do videos about it. In this case, I'm talking about a fragrance I discovered, bought completely blind, Black Steel from the house of Victorinox. So today I'm going to tell you all about this one, as it's a really great cheapie. You're going to find out how to get it and what the price is. So if you're curious to learn about Black Steel, then please stay tuned. Thanks so much for tuning in. This is Sebastian. This is the first time I'm talking about Victorinox fragrances. I've never sampled any. In fact, one of you, a lady I believe, sent me a message and said that there are some great fragrances in the collection. So I ended up ordering 3 fragrances before I left to Europe. They were 2 feminine, 1 male, and this is the male fragrance. I went through the fragrances. I smelled the feminine fragrances. I thought they were pretty good, decent fragrances, really inexpensive. But then Black Steel totally stood out for me. I was like, wow, for $20, I can smell really great, stand out from smelling like everybody else out there. This is not a fragrance that's reminding me of a lot of other men's fragrances. And don't break the bank, spend 20 bucks. Because this, on the Victorinox fragrance, or not fragrance, but their website, is suggested retail $85, but Fragrance X has it for $20. So I have a link in the info box. Go grab yourself a bottle before it sells out. In fact, I got this before I left, as I said. I didn't open it up. I opened it up, and then I started smelling it and doing all the different wearing and everything. I was like, this is really good. Really great fragrance. I looked it up. There's actually no information listed at any of the databases for this, or maybe one of them was. So I couldn't really find out a lot about it, but then the Victorinox website has all the info. This is uncertain about the year as well, because I can't figure out when it came out, but it's fairly new, I believe. Again, it's a fragrance that retails for $85 on the Victorinox website, but Fragrance X does have it for $20. I have it linked in the info box. It's an eau de toilette concentration, which is fine, because I feel like this will make a great fragrance for autumn, because it's got a lot of warmth, but it also has a lot of freshness. It's created by Daphne, the perfumer I really respect. She's done some great fragrances for Larch and Parfumeur. She's done those very unique bottles, the kind of botanical series. I can't remember those. But she's also done fragrances for Labo. 2 fragrances that I really love. Bergamote 22, Rose 31. Really love those 2 fragrances. Plus she's done Tonka 25, and of course Penhaligon's fragrances, Starck Paris, Tous, and then of course Zara and a bunch of other brands. So when I find out that a fragrance is created by a well-known perfumer, and I kind of understand her style and I see what she's doing, she's done some amazing work. She's also done fragrances, I believe, for what's the brand? Louboutin, Christian Louboutin. But let's get back to Black Steel. Again, as I said, it's an eau de toilette, so it's not overly dense, so it wears a bit easier. But then again, I think a perfect autumn scent, or also a signature scent for a man who wants some depth but doesn't want really heavy, dense, fragrance style. So I think this could be an all year round fragrance, because it does have the warmth and the freshness, but it's not overwhelming and not like cloying and things like that. But then also it's not totally fresh where it kind of fades away really fast, if that makes sense. So the notes here are black pepper and ginger for top notes. Heart notes are Swiss larch accord, leather. Finally, in the base notes, it's smoky pine, almond accord. I don't get much of the almond accord, I have to be honest. Those are the notes that are mentioned here, but I also get some booziness here as well. Definitely some kind of a sweet booziness is mixed in here, which adds for an extra, unique layer to the fragrance. And I feel like it's not only this booziness, but also a bit fizziness as well. And I feel like I'm getting that from the ginger that's in here. There's definitely a very prominent spiciness, really wonderfully spicy, and that ginger is really top notch. In fact, for me, the top notes are really heavenly. Black pepper, spicy but fresh. Ginger, once again, spicy, fresh again, and also the zinginess that's got this like depth to it. So it's all very fresh up top. So when you first spray that, It's invigorating. It wakes up your senses. It's also got that fizziness, this kind of light booziness here. So it's a great start to the fragrance. Really enjoy this part about this fragrance. So in the heart, you know, the leather, you have a leather accord, but I don't think this is, to me, it's not necessarily like an uber leather fragrance. You have that leather styling in here, but you're not going to be like swimming in leather. It's not that kind of a fragrance because that Larch accord, apparently it's Swiss Larch accord. And Larch, I believe, is also connected, or not connected, related to the pine type of notes. So you do have this kind of coniferous touch here in the heart notes. A bit green, a little aromatic, woody, and of course, as I said, coniferous touch here. So the fragrance does take on that coniferous characteristic because in the base notes you also have that smoky pine. So I feel like you're in some kind of, well, it's a Swiss brand, obviously, and there's mention of Swiss Larch accord. I feel like you're in the Swiss forest, and you're celebrating. There's a celebration. There's lots of, you know, boozy type of things that you're doing, maybe drinking some liqueurs and things like that, and you're taking on the freshness of the air in this Swiss pine forest, and you know you're smelling this kind of very invigorating, spicy, zingy kind of a liqueur kind of a thing happening. Yeah, wonderful fragrance. I feel like now that I know this particular fragrance from Victorinox, I want to explore more. Although, as I mentioned, I did buy 2 additional fragrances. I bought 3 total. All of them were under $100, I believe, for all 3. So they were very inexpensive. I don't think this will last for 20 bucks. So get it right away. A couple of more things I do want to mention about this one. I don't think this has the most amazing longevity. But then again, you're also dealing with an eau de toilette. I feel like this fragrance can be worn spring, summer, and autumn. Winter time, I feel like this won't be a very, you know, fragrance that has great longevity kind of a thing. You can always like boost it up with some primers and things like that. But for me, I think this is perfect autumn. It smells like autumn to me. And I think you can also totally get away with wearing it in this springtime as well. And for summertime, you have to kind of like decide, is it too hot outside? Is it going to get cloying a little bit? Because it does have that sweetness. And of course, I didn't mention ambery touches. Definitely has ambery touches in the dry down as well. So you have to kind of play around with it when it's really, really hot outside to see how it's doing on you, on your skin, how you're tolerating it, and things like that. But for me, I think it's a great steal, a great steal. Really great fragrance, smells fantastic. It's not the most intense fragrance, but then again, we don't always want the most intense fragrances. And then again, also, it's 20 bucks. So for 20 bucks, you can smell great. Just replenish over and over again if it doesn't last a long time on you. So that's Victorinox's Black Steel. One more thing I do want to say, it does remind me a little bit of Continuum. I don't know if you guys know this one. I've recommended this one quite a bit. That's why I'm really liking this one as well, because it does have that reminder. This to me is not as dense as Continuum, and Continuum is eau de parfum. This is eau de toilette. I mentioned fizzy. I get that from here, and I definitely get it from Continuum. I mentioned also boozy, which I get from here, and I get that from here as well. Because I've always mentioned that this has a Coca-Cola vibe, like a fizzy Coca-Cola vibe. And here I get that in here as well. It's fizzy, like there's some kind of a fizziness from a soda pop or something. And the fact that it's also boozy for me, I get a bit of like a rum and coke like a vibe in here, along with you know, the pine note and the larch and all that zing and spice from the black pepper and ginger. Anyway, I recommend this one. Those of you that are on a budget, get it. I think you're gonna enjoy it, especially if you like my taste. I really like it. You're gonna enjoy it. If you've tried this one and you've enjoyed this, definitely try it. And again, I don't know how long it's going to be for 20 bucks. Suggested retail on the Victorinox website is $85, but $20 is a steal. Total steal. And that's all I have for you today. Black Steel review from Victorinox. Have you tried it? Are you familiar with it? Are there any other fragrances from this house that I should try? I know they have a new one coming out. Wood, I think. I just saw it. But I can't find any information on this one, so all the information for you is taken off of the Victorinox website and basically what I'm experiencing with the fragrance. So hopefully the databases will add this soon, but get yourself a bottle before the price goes up. Anyway guys, thanks so much for watching today's video. Do you know this one? If you have experience with it, please put a comment down so I can find out. If you don't have any experience with it, do let me know what you think about it after watching this video. Other than that, please like this video, please share it, follow me on Instagram and Facebook, and I'll be back with more videos very soon. Have a good one. Goodbye. I just wanted to also highlight the presentation for Black Steel. It comes in a square box like this, although the bottle, as you can see, is pretty flat. I do enjoy the color, the gradient type of color here. We've got the red in the bottom, and we've got this kind of golden juice. I think the juice itself is golden. The bottle, the glass itself is clear, and I like that, you know, redness in the bottom, and it's creating this kind of warmth. So we're going from kind of like a golden afternoon hue to kind of very, very warm. You do experience that with this particular fragrance, so it does get warm, as I was mentioning, it does get ambery. But the box itself is square, and it has, I think the presentation is really great. For 20 bucks, you're getting a really top-notch quality product here. I think they put a lot of thought into it. They don't give you like this cheap white interior. They've got a nice colored box, and then this this bottle goes in like that. It's a little loose in there, but when you close it, yeah, I think the presentation is quite nice. So don't miss out on this. Again, I'm not really sponsored by doing this video. It's just something I bought. I bought 3 Victorinox fragrances, 2 for women, 1 for men, because I had not tried it. And as I said, one of you guys, a lady, mentioned to me that some of the Victorinox fragrances for women were really great, but I'm quite impressed with the quality of this one, Black Steel. So hopefully you guys will get a chance to try it. Anyway guys, see you soon for another video. Bye-bye.